Okay, so I've gotten a few questions on the Writing Center, and I wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on how it works. This applies for whether you are in an online class, a hybrid class, or a face-to-face class. So there are two Writing Center locations. Number one is Cranium Cafe. That's our virtual online. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Links are on the syllabus. Whichever class you ever take from me, I give you a link to that on the syllabus and some instructions about it. And the other is in MLK 119, which is in the first floor basement of the MLK building on the main campus at RCC. It's right next to the planetarium. Walk down some stairs, turn left through some automatic double doors, and you're in. Whichever one you choose to do, I am assigning you 10 DLAs, directed learning activities, which you can access and download on the WRC lab class in Canvas. So if you go to the announcements that I sent out at the beginning of the semester, you should see there's a link to enroll in the WRC lab. A lot of you have already done that, which is great. As soon as you do that, you now have the WRC lab class show up in your list of classes that you're enrolled in on the main dashboard. Go in there, in the modules, you'll find all of the different DLAs. Some of the DLAs I let you choose. I don't assign all the same ones to everybody because some of you need more of the syntax, phrasing, awkward sentence structure DLAs, because that's maybe what I've identified as an issue based on, say, essay one when I give it back to you guys. Some of you, it's going to be more you don't use the semicolon correctly, or you need help with your quotations or whatever. So what I do is I have some that are assigned to everybody. Everybody does them. And there are others where I say you pick based on the feedback that I've given you on one of the essays I've graded and sent back to you. Now, you also have the luxury of saying, you know what? I never use the semicolon. I want to get better at it. So maybe that's not something I've identified as a problem because you've never used it. Therefore, you've never used it incorrectly. But what I want instead is for you to think, hey, that's something I'd like to add to my game. I want to be able to do that in my essays. So I'm going to find the DLA on semicolons and colons and learn to use that a little bit better. It's a way to advance your writing, and you get to pick it. The due dates are all listed on the syllabus, and the submission is through a file upload. So you basically take a picture or a scan of the DLA when you complete it, and you upload that on Canvas so that I can see that you met with an instructor and you've got some feedback on it, and now I can give you full credit for it. A couple things on that. Not every single DLA has to be seen, reviewed by an instructor in either Cranium Cafe or the physical MLK 119 Writing Center. You can, and you should, but not everyone. Sometimes you get it done, you go to the Writing Center and you're there for an hour, and it's so crowded, you just don't have a chance to meet with the instructor. Not ideal, but understanding that you made that good faith effort to try to do it, so you can always still get credit for it, right? I'm not trying to say, hey, you tried, they couldn't see you, that's your fault. You could have gone in earlier, but again, I want to be a little bit flexible on that. For the Writing Center instructor conferences, this happens again either through Cranium Cafe or through MLK 119. You meet with an instructor one-on-one to talk about your essay. You can do that anywhere in the writing process. So for example, I give you the essay prompt, you're a little bit fuzzy on what I'm asking you to do and how to approach it. So maybe you're going to go talk to somebody and say, hey, help me figure this out. I need help. And then you get a real good sense of what the assignment is supposed to be doing, and what you might be able to do with it. And now you've got a clear sense of where you're headed. Other students, they get the assignment, they know exactly what they're supposed to do, they know exactly what they want to do, and they attack it. And so for them, maybe later in the process, when they've got 2, 3, or even 4 pages drafted, they want to run it by a Writing Center instructor to see if their paragraphs are going all right, or if they're using enough evidence, or is their thesis solid, are they quoting correctly, that kind of thing. So anywhere from I need help to get started, or I need help to finish the polishing up of the essay, anywhere in there, you can go to the Writing Center and get help. The one thing you do not do, whichever Writing Center you go to, is say, hey, can you fix this for me? You got to come in with an assignment, some work that you've done, some thinking at least, if not some writing, and a clear sense of like, I need help on this. So you go into the instructor conference and say, can you help me with my thesis statement? I don't think it's any good. Or this paragraph is really long and I don't know how to split it up. Or I've run out of ideas. I only got 3 paragraphs. I'm supposed to have 5 body paragraphs. Can you help me? Anywhere in there like that, that's the approach that you want to take, okay? Asking specific questions about small portions of the overall essay. Not, can you help me fix the grammar, the citations, my paragraphing, the thesis statement, my title. You can't ask them to fix everything. They don't have the time for that. You need to narrow your focus on where do you really want the most help. That's where you start. Now, that being said, after that instructor conference is done, maybe you go back 2 or 3 days later and get help on that other thing. You can go multiple times. You have to go at least once for each essay, but you can go as many times as you need to feel confident in the final draft that you're going to send to me. Okay. For Cranium Cafe, what you're going to do is when you log in to Cranium Cafe using the link, it gives you a grid of blue boxes. Find the one that says either peer tutor, writing and reading center faculty, or writing and reading center peer tutors. Select one of those 2. It takes you down to the list of all of them. And then you're just looking for the one who's got a green dot next to their name. The green dot says they are currently active online and you can knock on their door, go in there and have an individual video conference. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Most of you are comfortable with that at this point, but that's how you find them and you dig in there and you get some help. So DLAs, writing center instructor conferences, those are the 2 things that you're primarily focused on. And that's where your attention should be. If you're doing the activities I've assigned, you will get about 50 minutes a week. Sometimes it'll be longer, sometimes it'll be shorter, but overall it averages out. So some students need more time, some students need less. If you're doing all of the work I've assigned, you're good to go. It's pretty straightforward in that sense, okay? So at this point, I'm hoping the Writing Center is a little bit clearer for you. If you have any questions at all, you just email me. But again, spend some time looking through the WRC Lab class on Canvas, look at all the modules, find the DLAs, dig through. You can do name search and things like that. Get comfortable with Cranium Cafe because a lot of you, if not all of you, are going to use it at some point because it's much easier to do that when you don't have to come to campus to meet with an instructor. A lot of students prefer that. And if you go into MLK 119, just be prepared for it to be potentially a little bit crowded. You're obviously going to need to put your name down on the wait list at each instructor station. Pick one instructor station, write your name down. They'll call you up and in the order received so that they can help as many people as they can. Okay, I think that's it. So if you got any other questions, need any other clarification, just let me know, but hopefully this helps.